Hello, I am Brian Foster, and I'm talking about Spiritism. And today I'm going to talk about how Spiritism, at least my interpretation of Spiritism, which was codified by Allan Kardec in the 1850s, he codified, I should say, the Spirits book, which you can get on PDF. So just look up Allan Kardec, space PDF, and you can find all of his books for free. Now, today we're going to talk about John chapter 3, verse 3 through 8. You must be born again. And I believe there's a lot of misunderstanding by quite a few people about this. And I believe that Spiritism actually shines a light on the whole concept of reincarnation and karma and how it affects our multiple lives. Let me start. There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. The same came to Jesus by night and said to him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from God, for no man can do these miracles that thou doest, except God be with him. Jesus answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God. Nicodemus said unto him, How can a man be born when he is old? Can he enter the second time in his mother's womb and be born? Jesus answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter the kingdom of God. That which is born of flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the Spirit is spirit. Marvel not that I said unto thee, Ye must be born again. The wind bloweth where it listeth, and thou hearest the sound thereof, but canst not tell whence it cometh, and whither it goeth, so that every one is born of the Spirit. Ye must be born again. Christ was quite explicit, although many took the term for water to mean baptism. Yet Christ said, That which is born of flesh is flesh, and that which is born of spirit is spirit. Christ is telling us that there are two different states of a spirit. One that is locked in flesh, water means physical life, and the other as a spirit. Now comes the interesting part that Christ said in very careful terms. The wind bloweth where it listeth, and thou hearest the sound thereof. I believe that one could interpret this via Spiritism, that he means our lives are pre-planned, but we don't realize it, although we do experience it. Then he says, But canst not tell whence it cometh, and whither it goeth, which I believe means that the pre-planned trials and tribulations arrive and depart in a random manner to us. They all make sense, but not to us in the flesh. Lastly, Christ tells us, So is everyone that is born of the Spirit, meaning that we are all spirits first, and physical human beings on earth second. And as spirits, we must travel through the cycle of spirit, flesh, as many times as we have wrongs to atone for, and for our character to be improved. When we are in spirit and in one of the levels of heaven, or in an outpost of heaven, we may take part in planning our next life. However, once we are born, we embark on a mysterious journey, the wind bloweth, called life. Seemingly random occurrences steer us onwards, when in fact it was mainly planned out to provide stimuli for our growth. This will happen for all spirits. It is unavoidable. It is part of the maturation process, whereby we slowly replace primitive emotions with civilized ones. As we journey through the tribulations of physical life, we learn what not to do and what to do, and we begin to have empathy for people who have experienced traumatic events, like the ones we just survived. We do not realize these events were all caused by our wrongs in previous lives. Nevertheless, we learn from them and emerge better spirits. Becoming a well-rounded and compassionate person is so much more than having water sprinkled over your head. Baptism is a nice symbol, but it is only that. The real baptism is living life after life and learning from each episode. I was baptized as a baby. I have no recollection of the event, and yet this usage of holy water upon a human is supposed to assist me entering the kingdom of heaven? On the other hand, physical life in different bodies, circumstances, races, cultures, is literally being born again, where in each new existence I slowly transform from an uncaring, selfish, and prideful human to the beginning of a kind, charitable, and fraternal man. This repeated chrysalis is purpose-built to open the key to heaven when we choose to follow the path to the light. We are not forced to become better. We have our free will to be as retrograde as we wish. As Christ said, whither it goeth, meaning the actual transformation of our personality after each little piece of drama is up to us. When we have finally determined to follow our conscience, then the narrow door to heaven will be open for us. Learn about what and who we are on earth in this physical representation of our campus and who we really are in the spirit world. Read my book, The Spirit Realm. Spiritism has revealed the reality of our existence. God bless.